Novel PUR foaming manufacturing process with reduced toxic isocyanate content.
Do your car, a kitchen sponge, and your mattress have anything in common? In fact, yes, they all heavily rely on flexible polyurethane foam, as do many other applications, ranging from the cushion that you sit on, the filter in your vacuum cleaner, your car seat, your gym mat, the hand grips of your bike. The list is virtually endless. Polyurethane foam is crucial to our daily comfort, without us hardly noticing or ever seeing it. But how is polyurethane foam made? Polyurethane foam is made by reacting diisocyanates and polyols. Both these products are derived from crude oil. However, polyols may also be made of natural oils from renewable sources. When mixed, they react and foam. During the production process, isocyanates and polyols fully react and are not present in the foam that goes to market. While this may seem simple, the industrial process of foam production can be rather impressive. An average factory annually produces around 8,000 tonnes of foam. Now that represents a volume of nearly 265,000 cubic metres of foam. That's like water contained in 96 Olympic swimming pools. And this is only one plant. The EU's entire production of PU foam is enough to fill the Stade de France 10 times, or construct 9 Great Pyramids of Giza. Everything begins with the delivery of raw materials, which are delivered as liquids to on-site storage tanks. Individual substances are then pumped from these tanks to the production area via a closed pipe system. The whole process is computer controlled, so quantities are determined by the exact formulation of the foam to be produced. The mixing head is where the real production process begins. Isocyanates, polyols, pigments and other additives are mixed together in the mixing head. This is poured onto a rolling conveyor belt where it starts to foam. It forms a foam block along the conveyor belt. And because the foam production is a continuous process, any foam block being produced on the conveyor belt could, in theory, be endless. However, to make the conversion of foam in later stages easier, the long continuous block is cut into sections of up to 120 metres in length. Then it is cured and cooled for up to 24 hours before being transported to storage houses. At the storage house, the foam can be cut into short blocks, compressed and packed, and shipped to customers for use at their premises. Foam can be transformed on-site into a variety of products. Most of the processing is mechanical, yet using high-precision cutting equipment, foam can be given a virtually endless number of shapes. Blocks of up to 120 metres long can be cut into thin layers of foam with extreme precision right along all the length of the block. Cutting machines allow for precision cutting of smaller pieces. During this process, foam can also be combined with other materials to make products ready for consumption, like kitchen sponges. Of course, there's not just one type of foam. The variation in density, hardness and resilience is just about endless. It is the art of the foamer to adapt his formulation and production process to achieve the desired result. All through the production process, foam is tested for its conformity to requirements. It's important to know that a large number of foams produced for use in bedding and upholstered furniture are certified under PUR. This is a voluntary testing, analysis and certification programme for the environment, health and safety properties created by the European PU foam industry. It specifies substances that may not be used in foam production and sets stringent maximum limits for some components, thus assuring consumers that the products they purchase are safe. Polyurethane foam, essential for comfort.
Polyurethane, PUR, is one of the most versatile materials ever created, present in the cars, under the carpets, as packaging material, as an insulating material and cushioning material in almost all furniture and bedding. The European PUR foam sector has 50,000 companies that employ over 1.6 million people. Polyurethane foam technology consists of foam building by reacting two chemicals, isocyanate and polyol, in the presence of other additives such as blowing agents, catalysts, and fire retardants. Manufacture of PUR foam requires certain amount of free isocyanate in order to fully react the polyurethane mixture. Isocyanate component represents a potential risk to workers during manufacture of the PUR foams. Isocyanate is included in the 2003 European Schedule of Occupational Diseases, and it has been established that 10 to 20% of asthma cases recorded in EU are due to isocyanates. The aim of the project. The aim of the Free Foam project is to reduce the risks to health by lowering the concentration and emission of free isocyanate into the atmosphere. This will involve a new method of isocyanate encapsulation, a new PUR foam formulation, and a new foaming method for manufacturers. With this project, a process was developed that has achieved the microencapsulation of isocyanate. Encapsulated isocyanate opens up a new way of polyurethane processing. And proposed method is encapsulation of isocyanate. Encapsulation is the process by which individual particles or droplets of solid or liquid material, the core, are surrounded and coated with a continuous film material, the shell, to produce capsules in a determined range size. Microencapsulation is the process of enveloping one substance within another substance on a very small scale, ranging from a micrometer to several hundred microns in size. The encapsulation efficiency of the microcapsule depends on different factors like concentration of the polymer, solubility of polymer in solvent, rate of solvent removal, solubility of organic solvent in water, etc. And what kind of material do we need for microencapsulation? The components of a capsule are core material, the material or substance, liquid or solid, to be coated. Examples of core materials are drugs or active constituents, enzymes, proteins, insecticides, PCMs, organic compounds, etc. In this project, the core material is a diisocyanate TDI or MDI appropriate to the preparation of industrial flexible polyurethane foams. The encapsulation process carried out by emulsion requires the presence of a surfactant agent that helps to the micellar formation during the emulsion process. This step is a key element for the formation of the microcapsules. Coating material. Shell, inert substance with coats on core with desired thickness. It has to be compatible with the core material, offer stabilization of core material, control the release of the core material under specific conditions, and offer mechanical properties such as flexibility, hardness, thinness, etc. This coating material needs to be abundantly and cheaply available. Examples of shell materials are polymers, silica, metals, proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, etc. In this project, the preparation of isocyanates in encapsulated microcapsules was carried out by a specific oil-in-water emulsion technique. Microcapsule properties could be improved by the functionalization of the shell with molecules that provide specific properties such as fire retardancy, bactericide, etc. Here are presented the objectives of the synthesis of new polyurethane surfactants. These new PU surfactants will be used to encapsulate isocyanate via a method based on oil-in-water emulsion. They must be compatible with the polyurethane foam in case of residue. The quantity of PU surfactant needs to be as low as possible to decrease the potential residue in PU foam, but sufficient to stabilize the oil-in-water emulsion. The architecture of these new surfactants consists of a PU skeleton with 3 block copolymers of the type PEO, PPO, PEO. It means polyethylene oxide, polypropylene oxide, polyethylene oxide, to constitute the hydrophilic and lipophilic units, and it can also present different functional units such as ammonium or hydroxyl in case of ionic surfactants. Non-ionic and ionic polyurethane surfactants will be synthesized based on polymer experts' background or polyurethane synthesis. According to emulsification conditions that will be used for isocyanate encapsulation, different specifications are needed for PU surfactants and targets have been defined in consequence. First, to prepare oil-in-water emulsion, the hydrophilic-lipophilic balance HLB or PU surfactants must be higher than 8. Secondly, the oil-in-water emulsion is realized at room temperature, then PU surfactants must have a high cloud point, at least higher than 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Finally, to obtain sufficient emulsion stability, the surfactant's role consists in reducing surface tension as low as possible while having a critical micellar concentration CMC as low as possible. A low CMC will enable to use a low quantity of PU surfactant as well. To prepare the microparticles containing TDI, an oil-in-water emulsion was initially prepared with the isocyanate added onto an aqueous phase containing the surfactant completely dissolved. TDI addition was done under mechanical steering. To start the interfacial polymerization between TDI and the amine, an amine aqueous solution was prepared and added to the oil-in-water emulsion, keeping the mechanical steering for 3 hours. Formation of the polymeric wall around the droplets of TDI emulsified in the aqueous phase was formed, keeping inside TDI without reacting. After formation of the microparticles, the excess of amine was removed by washing the microparticles until neutral pH. Finally, the particles were filtered under vacuum and finally dried. The encapsulation process was optimized several times until it reached the following properties. An isocyanate content in a range of 70 to 80% that includes free isocyanate and polyurethane shell isocyanate and a particle size between 50 to 200 microns. The microencapsulation method was finally adapted and successfully scaled up, obtaining enough material for the semi-industrial foaming trials. Now we have one very important ingredient if we want to achieve PU foaming. We can take the ingredients of the isocyanate, we have the polyol. We are going to mix the urethane and we are going to introduce it into the manufacturing process, and with this break down the shell surrounding the isocyanate. We have achieved that what we are going to do is release the isocyanate into PU and start the active process of PU producing PU foaming. Preparation of PU foam on an industrial level starts with the selection of the mixing head, adding encapsulated TDI in the polyol, followed by mixing polyol and encapsulated TDI. The prepared mixture is ready to format a PU foam. In a later study, the microcapsules were modified using an inner functionalizing method that consists of introducing functionalizing agent inside the capsule during the encapsulation process. In this way, the substance will be ready to be released during the foaming process. Functionalization is the process of adding new functions, features, capabilities, or properties to a material by changing the surface chemistry of the material. And what are the results and benefits of free foam project? Results of this project are new method for isocyanate encapsulation. With this project was developed new innovative method for isocyanate encapsulation, new microencapsulation process and functional microcapsule containing the isocyanate reactant covered by organic-inorganic hybrid shell with appropriate functionalization that will enhance the mixture reactivity and homogeneity between isocyanate and polyol. New PUR foam formulation based on polyols and microencapsulated isocyanate. The new foam formulation will consist of an advanced homogeneous PUR formula composed by a mixture of proper polyols microcapsules containing isocyanate and needed additives such as amines, water, and catalyst. New foaming methods for PUR foaming manufacture. The new foaming method will consist of an innovative foaming process by using new PUR reactive system based on previous reactive mixture with enhanced properties, mechanical properties, density, homogeneity of the foam. And what are the benefits of free foam? Novel processing technology significantly improves occupational safety. The processing technology will allow controlled release of the isocyanate, lower residual isocyanate content on the foam will minimize release into the environment. Novel processing technology will decrease waste that was previously generated due to poor homogeneity of the reaction mixture. The novel processing technology will allow controlled process of a foam production. New processing method will reduce health risk of workers during the foam manufacturing by lowering the concentration of free isocyanate. What are the possible applications? The encapsulation and release technology is expected to be equally attractive to other sectors of economy, including pharmaceutical industry, cosmetics industry, chemical industry, automotive industry, production of mattresses, upholstery production, food industries, and agrochemical industry. About consortium. Contact person, Mr. Francisco José Melero Muñoz. Produced by Wood Industry Cluster and Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Slovenia.